Welcome to another edition of Vinriks add-ons. Today we're going to look at Gryphon Heart item examples and Gryphon Heart reputation, which can both be found at Pilus, www.pilus.info. Gryphon Heart items is a role-playing mod that lets you create your own custom items, apply scripts and requirements. Once you install it, you'll have this little blue bag down here that stores all your Gryphon Heart items. Here's a few that I've created. You can also make containers and bags, other types of objects. We're going to take a look at a few of the initial items that I give to my recruits that are contained in the Zaremdal Initiation Pack. The first item we're looking at is the Zaremdal Signet Ring. This is a simple ring that has an on-use effect. You can also change the quality, add requirements to items, add flavor text, all kinds of nifty things. And we're going to go ahead and use the ring, and you see it adds a little emote saying we use the ring, and the white text is for your eyes only you can see that, but everyone can see the emote. The links will show up for other players that have Gryphon Heart items installed. The next item I'm going to show you is the Zaremdal Tabard. The Zaremdal Tabard works only if you have the Ebon Blade Tabard in your inventory. You see, I'll take off my Ebon Blade Tabard and put on my Guild Tabard. Voila, Sun Crown Guild. Then there we go. We use the tabard, and it applies the Ebon Blade tabard, which is our Zaremdal tabard for my organization. You can also have it if you have a uniform. You can set the items to uniform. It also gives a custom buff called Oathsworn, which is used in some other items further down the line. Fortunately, the Gryphon Heart buffs are not viewable on Elcano's buff bars, but they do show up on Pitbull and X-Pearl and default frames. The next item we have is the Messenger Hawk. This is an item created by someone on the pilus.info forum boards. And you can right-click the hawk to join the Messenger Hawk network. It gives you a little buff on your bars. You can then use it to find other players that are attached to the network, send them messages. I haven't actually used it with anybody else yet, but it seems pretty slick. So hopefully I'll get to do that soon. I'll show you a few commands here. Here we are writing a message for the hawk to take to somebody else. Excuse me. We're going to call a hawk back to us. If it had any messages, this would show us the messages, and it also summons my messenger hawk or hawk owl. You can set that by modifying the script, the item script, to be any of your custom companions that you have, that you want it to be. I know some people use the floating skull and stuff. Another item that we got from the pilot sports were the night vision goggles. Simple, you just right click and hey, it turns the screen green. And right click to turn off the green effect. Just a simple little fun tool. Zaremdal commendations are used with Gryphon Heart reputation, and they increase your reputation with my order. And if you go to the reputation tabs, we'll scroll down for a second. For me, it always freezes up just a few seconds. And you can see down here we have the various Sun Crown reputations. The Sun Crown project is ran by Psylocke. And then there's each order and house has its own representative. I control the Zaremdal Order of the Starblade. It's me. You can set yourself at war. As a moderator, I can change reputation. I can mass increase it, decrease it, create items. You can only create items that give reputation if you actually own that reputation or own that faction. This is the moderation screen. I'm going to lower my rep here. Change the reputation. As you can see, it shows up in the chat window, just like any other reputation would. You can also you can link it with other reputations. Zaremdal is linked with Rolanthos. If you get so much Rolanthos rep, you also get reputation with the Zaremdal. I think right now it's set for a 1-to-1 ratio. Though only Zaremdal rep is actually implemented by anybody, I do believe, at the moment. I'm hoping to someday change that. Hopefully soon, once you all see this video. We'll go through... Here's a commendation. Show you how that works. Copied it. Once you right click it, and there you go. Increases the rep with the Zaremdal. Went from neutral to friendly. 250 reputation. And we're going to go ahead and lower it back down to neutral just because there's some other items I'm going to show you in a bit that will only work if you're of neutral rep with the Zaremdal. Let's look at some of the cooler things I like with Gryphon Heart items. My favorite thing, creating books. This is a Rolanthos info book. It is just the information from the Sun Crown website about House Rolanthos. Has the order members, retainers, house history, some general information you can give to your new members, and they can view that book. Only the original creator can modify it. So those edit buttons would not show up for somebody else that was viewing the book. We also have the Zaremdal manual, something I'm quite proud of. Let's get out of Zaremdal headquarters. You use the manual, you have the index, the oath, a few other things. It starts playing music for you. This music plays anytime you open the book. You also get a buff called Oath Sworn. This also tells you everything that comes in the issue kit and brief description of how things work. Alright, so now let's go back to the Zaremdal headquarters. On the Isle of Caldanus, we use the Starblade Order uses Sunreach Harbor. We use the top floor. I do believe the bottom floor is claimed by the Illimare. So let's run up there. Our epic background music going on. And our messenger hawk.